PIH Health began as a small nonprofit hospital in the 50s. One of these little buildings in the middle was the original hospital, and then all of those outlying buildings are our current Whittier campus. Today, we're still nonprofit, but we're a larger healthcare network. We have 3 hospitals. We have home health, a hospice care. We have a large medical group with 95 clinics. And our service area covers over 3.5 million people in Los Angeles and the surrounding areas. The vision for PIH Health is patients first. And no matter how large we grow, it's a huge part of our culture, and it's always patients first. And so what triggered our redesign? We originally launched PIHhealth.org with Geometric in 2014. So just the age of the website made it stale. The more that design preferences and industry standards evolved, the more outdated our website became. Our brand identity never changed, but our use of secondary and tertiary colors, different design elements on our branded materials had changed over the years. So our website just got further and further behind in the look and feel. We had also experienced great growth in our organization during that time. So it was necessary to design a website that could handle continued growth. And the goals of our new site, there were many, but 3 of them. One of them was to unify all of our PIH Health entities under one brand identity and website. Some of our acquisitions had their own websites, so it was important for us to provide a welcoming place for those patients to find the information that they were accustomed to looking for. And also to provide easy access to the information for our existing patients. Some of our old content was very difficult to find on the site, so it's much better after the redesign. And then finally, to build for growth, we needed to overhaul our content and location strategies to allow for the acquisition of future hospitals and medical groups. So we attempted to design it, whether we acquire 1 or 12, we wanted that flexibility and scalability to do so. So here's our new site, also built on the CMS, VitalSite CMS, which we used on our previous site. And it's like Alex said, it's very easy to use. Our site is also responsive. You see all the elements here. It just launched about a month ago, and the feedback from my internal audience is excellent and much better than I expected. My favorite comment was, in all caps, "Our website rocks." And the reason it's my favorite is because it tells me that our executive committee, they own the website. It's not my website or marketing's website, it's their website, and they love it. I didn't get one negative comment, everything was positive. And some of the design elements that we've had fun implementing were the strong call to action that you'll see if you look at the laptop version here. The call to action is the blue box at the top left side of each page. And we did not have strong calls to action in our previous design, and so this has been wonderful for us. And also we've been using the call outs that help draw attention to important content within the body of the page, not necessarily a call to action, just a design element to help important information stand out. And so with the help of Geometric's content team, we developed a content and location strategy that work together that allow us that ability to grow. So our health services content was written at an organizational level so that we could show the breadth of our services. So if one of our patients needs a procedure that's not performed at their usual clinic or the closest hospital, we will perform that procedure at another location. And then each location was designed so that we could highlight the items that were specific to that location. So we list the top services offered, dining, parking, hours, visitor guidelines. And that way, like I said, if we have 12 hospitals one day, each of them will have their own specific information. And then geolocation is something new for us with this site. And it's great for patients so that they can quickly see which doctors or urgent care location is closest to them. And also the dynamic content is driven by the location as long as the visitor accepts the geolocation access. And we enhanced our custom provider profiles in a couple different ways. We did reduce the number of ratings and reviews that show at the bottom of the page. In the previous site, they scrolled on endlessly and the page just never ended. So now we show, I think, 5 and then a button to view more. And more importantly, we moved the placement of the provider's personal bio so that it's scalable. So now that we can highlight subspecialties or particular procedures that a doctor performs, we can really tell a story about each doctor. And the previous design, that bio area was very limited and didn't allow us to do that. Next slide, please. So the change that I hear the most positive feedback about is this page. It's the health services landing page. And we converted the standard A through Z horizontal list to a style that displays the health service name under each respective alphabetic letter. The feedback from users is that it just made it so much easier to find the services that you're looking for. And with such a minor change, it was really not difficult to make this change. It made a huge impact on our audience. So some specifics on content. Our site architecture was overhauled for usability and SEO. So some of our services, we actually broke out into 2 separate services. For example, we split women's health into 2 categories, gynecology and then pregnancy and birth. We cross-link to each other because they are related, but each of those terms had higher search volumes than women's health did. So we separated them out. And we did that for quite a few other things, just based on SEO. What are people looking for? How can we help them find it easier? How can we get those Google results up? And then the content was written for the web in easily scannable and digestible sections. We use a lot of headers, bullet points to help the reader quickly find the information they're looking for. And Geometric does help you write for the web for that. And then, as mentioned in a previous slide, the content was written to represent the organization as a whole. Our previous content was heavily skewed toward the original hospital in Whittier, and it was beyond time for a refresh. And then I want to call a special attention to unique design feature. I think it was Alex that mentioned the smart panel that you can display related physicians and locations. Well, we use this new design at the bottom of the health services page. And so in this new design, the user can scroll through to several providers before they click to either view all or click directly on one of the providers. And we control how many to display. This particular service, you don't see the view more button because we only have 5 providers for this service. So if they were to click that arrow, they would see the 5th one. But if you have 12 providers, you would see a button that says view all. And some hot off the press 30-day stats. Our page view sessions and users all increased. Our bounce rate decreased by 13%. And then our sessions from Los Angeles increased 117% over this time last year. So again, we're looking forward to see how these numbers change, but for now, they're looking good. And then my tips for selling a redesign. A redesign requires commitment of both time and budget. My suggestion to helping you get that commitment is actually a 2-step process. So first, you should use SurveyMonkey or some other similar tool to survey your executive team. Ask them how important is a strong web presence for them, and then also in their opinion, what makes a good healthcare website. Then go out on your own and compare your website to your local competitors and note the weaknesses. Grab screenshots so that you can highlight those weaknesses. Oftentimes, the weaknesses are look and feel, just because that's human nature, but do your best to match your competitive analysis to the survey results that have come in on what your executives consider a good healthcare website. And then finally, present your survey findings along with your competitive analysis, and you might just find yourself with some budget dollars, and hopefully you do. And so that's it, and I wish you the best of luck on your future redesign.